motherfucker! I'm back!
Because I will not lose!
Lose? I don't lose! I win! I win! That's my job! That's what I do!
I will not fail! I will not fail! And I will say that shit till the day I fucking die! I'm gonna make this shit happen!
I want this shit! I want this shit!
I was gonna rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
The ball's in your fucking court. No more fucking around. You want your life to be better? I can't help you. Lee can't help you. Joe Rogan can't help you. Ari can't help you. God can't fucking help you. Only you can fucking help you. Grab your fucking balls, get a fucking notebook, and write down what the fuck you're gonna do this year. And this is it. You're not gonna have these problems. Fuck the drugs. Fuck the cigarettes. Fuck that dumb bitch. It all starts fucking today, all right? No more fucking excuses. That's the fucking... This is the year.
I will do that shit.
Do you actually want to do this or not? Do you actually want to do this or not? Because if you actually want to do it, what's going to stop you? Nothing. And if you don't really want to do it, what's going to stop you? Just about anything that comes up. Just about any obstacle that gets in your way becomes an excuse. It becomes a reason. It becomes a rationale for not proceeding down that path.
You achieved failure. Failure has been achieved, thank God. Now, the only place to go from failure is to win. You have to achieve failure. You have to take it that far. Nobody wants to go that far. It's too scary. But you know something? I got news for you. That's where winning is. It always has been. Nothing's changed.
You will not outwork me.
That time! All around you is crumbling! And all those have quit! That's what the fuck you are!
And it doesn't stop if you don't make it stop.
Work! 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 Work, damn it! Work! 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 Work!
My fucking mindset is I will not lose! I will not fucking lose, man!
Fuck your tired body, fuck that unmotivated mind, and get out there and do it anyway. You know, you better fight yourself, because you're not only winning when things are going your way. You gotta figure out how to win when things aren't going your way. You gotta figure out when your body's fighting, when your mind's fighting. How do you still, you know, just say, fuck it, I'm gonna beat my mind today.
Pick your head up and look at me. Don't you ever show weakness again. You aren't built like that. You aren't born like that. So you find a way to get up and never lay down again. You are strong. You are powerful. You find a way to get up right now, you hear me? Find a way to push through everything. You owe it to yourself to be the best version of yourself. Get up! Get up! Get up!
That all your excuses are lies. They are lies, all of them. You don't have time. That's a lie. You don't have support. That's a lie. You don't have the equipment or the gear. Lies. Too old or you're too young. Of course you're too old or too young. Lie. That's a lie. And you're too tired or you're too sore or you're just plain not feeling it. Lies, lies, lies.
Motherfucking purpose is you. We forget that. Every fucking day I wake up, I don't want to do some fucking shit. I'm like, okay, man, do you want to be a bitch today? Do you want to feel like a little bitch? You don't walk around all day knowing that you could, but you didn't? So it's performing without purpose. You have to learn how to get up and do shit when you ain't got no fucking 5K, no 10K, nothing. Nothing exists. Your life fucking sucks. You're in the fucking dungeon. But guess what, motherfucker? I'm still going to get it. Because when that time comes, because the time is gonna come, when that purpose is there, you'll be ready.
You finally made it to the big league, and now you want to chill? Now you got the big head, now you can't grind? You here now. You here now. You finally made it. And this is where you break up. This is where you start chilling. This is where you get comfortable. You made it now. You made it now. You in the big leagues now. They watching you now. This is where you make it permanent. Yeah, I saw it. Perfect. Nope, practice don't make perfect. Practice make permanence. This permanent, y'all. This is permanent. You can go wherever you want to go from here. It does not take talent. You don't have to be talented, right? You don't have to be gifted. You don't have to be the quickest, the strongest. You don't have to be the most intelligent to get to where I am. That's what you gotta do. You just gotta grind, though. Your grind. You like to talk about the grind, but you don't really know what the grind's like. I know what the grind is like. I was homeless. I ate out of trash can. You better not lose this. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Your grandma counting on you to do the right thing. Your mama counting on you. Your cousins, your brothers and sisters are counting on you to cash in on this opportunity.
Because I will train no matter what. I will not lose.
You lost the time and knew the start and end point. So on the way back, I started seeing people getting happy and shit because the end was near. But there were some asshole instructors that would hear the happiness and go right on past the end point. When that happened, everybody stopped talking. Heads would stop dropping. And I started taking fucking souls. At that time, I knew what happened in their minds. They were living off the hope factor. They hoped the instructors would stop running. They hoped the water was never cold. They hoped the weather was fucking good. I don't live off that hope shit. I wish the water was cold. I wish them motherfucking instructors keep on fucking running. I wish for fucking rain. When the ending is unknown and the distance is unknown, that's when you know who the fuck you are. Stay hard.
Recognize the excuses are not valid. They're conjured up. They're fabricated. They're lies. And how do you stop the lies? You stop the lies with the truth. The truth. The truth will set you free. The truth will stand, and the truth will deliver you from procrastination and laziness and the downward spiral that comes with a lack of discipline. Cast out the lies, burn them down, and listen to the truth. Then live the truth and go out and get it done.
Hey man, I know exactly how you feel right now. See, you done started praying. You done start putting your faith in God. You done start worshiping God. You done start giving your heart to the man above. And things are getting hard for you right now. But don't give up. Don't quit. He's just creating the man you asked to be. See, the pressure is now. The time is now. Everything that you want is being created. Because the stress, the pain, the hunger, the hurt, it's all meant to be, bro. Don't quit. Don't give up. I'm your sign. I'm your fucking sign. Get shit done today, bro. Keep the faith in God. You don't know where you're gonna be if you keep that faith. But if you give up, if you quit, if you get too stressed out, you're not gonna make it. Keep believing, keep trusting. You know you got this. And
you will face pain on this way. Suffering, frustration, humiliation. Accept the pain. Smile at the pain. Embrace the pain.
Because real lions like to hunt. They love the process just as much as they love the prize. And some of y'all just want to score. You don't like the process. You're not in love with the process.
Be the guy who embraces the ugly, the miserable. Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood.
Sayed, it's over. That's it, it's over.
You have to learn to select your thoughts the same way that you select your clothes every day. Now, that's a power that you can cultivate. You want to come here and you want to control your life so bad, work on the mind. And that's the only thing you should be trying to control. Because if you can't master your thoughts, you're in trouble forever.
I am trying.
That's the damn problem. Stop trying. Surrender. Go out into the garden and just sit there and still your mind and watch what happens. Why don't you just let it be?
The path of a man who shares his hatred of evil and wishes to serve true justice. The path of the League of Shadows.
The vigilantes.
No. The vigilante is just a man lost in the scramble for his own gratification. He can be destroyed or locked up. But if you make yourself more than just a man, if you devote yourself to an ideal, and if they can't stop you, then you become something else entirely. Legend, Mr. Wayne.
You can't stop people from trying to limit your dreams, but you can stop it from becoming a reality.
The world belongs to optimists.
Dreams are something you have to believe in.
So I applaud you for your dreaming, for your running toward your dream. I applaud you for believing in yourself, because that's what life is about.
Dream big, dare to dream, because everything is possible.
Are you willing to do what it takes to make that dream a reality? See, not while you're sleeping, but every darn day you wake up.
You see, your dreams, you either pursue them or they can haunt you.
I'm just afraid that if I died today, that my life would have amounted to nothing.
When you're on your way up, everyone roots for you because you remind them of their dreams. When you're at the top, everyone tears you down because you remind them that they gave up on them.
I say chase your dreams, man. Do that thing, man, that keeps you up at night.
You gotta fight. It's hard. You're gonna have days where you don't want to do anything.
Following your dreams is a lonely, solitary, scary, dangerous pursuit. You can't wait for somebody to think you can do it.
Question time.
What's your dream?
Scared? Men. Okay. Here's what I think. I think you are scared. And you wouldn't be human if you weren't scared in a place like this.
When I was young, I couldn't sleep at night because I thought there was a monster in the closet. But my brother told me there wasn't anything in the closet but fear. That fear wasn't real. He said it wasn't made of anything, it was just air. Not even that. He said you just have to face it. You just have to open that door and the monster would disappear.
Brother sounds like a smart man.
He is.
So, what happens next?
We come back tomorrow night and do it all again. What's wrong, Teach?
It's just, I've been waiting on this day for my entire life. I thought I'd feel different.
I heard this story about a fish. He swims up to this older fish and says, I'm trying to find this thing they call the ocean. The ocean, says the older fish, that's what you're in right now. This, says the young fish, this is water. What I want is the ocean.
What are you willing to sacrifice, and what are you willing to give up to find every bit of who you are as a human being?
Don't let what you are stop you from being what you could be.
List all the things that you aren't willing to give up for the dreams that you have, and that is what the person who will beat you is willing to give up.
Hey, guess what? It's going to be the hardest thing you ever did.
To be able at any moment to sacrifice what you are for what you will become.
I can describe this in one word, all about sacrifice.
Anything in your life, you better believe one of the ingredients gonna be sacrifice.
To get anything of value, you have to sacrifice.
This is dreams we're talking about. We're talking about dreams.
it will cost you everything.
You want to be great? You need to sacrifice. And the more painful the sacrifice, the greater you'll be.
Accept that all of your heroes are full of shit. Your heroes aren't gods, they're just regular people who got particularly good at one thing by sacrificing literally everything else.
True heroes require sacrifices.
What are you willing to forgo?
Tell y'all the trick of life, right? This is the trick of life. In life, you can be so gifted, right? And so I want y'all to hear this, right? You could be so gifted, so talented, right? So skillful. Something can serve as an advantage your whole life. I'm talking about it can make you win. It can get you out of problems. It can help you problem solve. Like it can be I'm talking about it can be your Thanos, right? Your joint, right? It's it, right? Your strengths, right? This is the trick of life. If you don't personally develop, right? If you don't grow, if you don't evolve, at a certain point in your life, your advantage is going to become your disadvantage. Guarantee you. That's the importance of hard work. That's the importance of dedication. That's the importance of commitment. That's the importance of integrity. That's the importance of accountability. So when you face something that you've never faced before, so when you encounter something that you've never encountered before, so when you find yourself in uncharted territory, when you face an opponent that you've never faced before, the one thing you don't question is you. Because the moment you question you in the midst of something that you've never faced before, game over, Jack.
I don't care who's doing better than me. I'm not in competition with anyone else. The only rival I have is the person I was yesterday. Last year, I was different. I've grown, I've learned, I've improved, and that's what truly matters. It's me versus me. Every day, I wake up ready to push myself further. I challenge my limits, striving to be the best version of myself. I won't let someone else's success make me feel small. Their journey is theirs, and mine is mine. I know where I've come from, and I know where I'm going, so I keep pushing forward, not to be better than anyone else, but to be better than I was. That's my purpose, and when I look back one day, I'll know that every step, every struggle, every victory was mine alone. My growth, my journey, that's my legacy.
At the end of the day, I ask myself one question: can I take one more step? And usually the answer is yes. So if you can answer that question and not take another step, that is real failure. That is real quitting. I had two options: to either be that 300-pound guy who sprayed for cockroaches and made $1,000 a month, and at 24 years old, knowing when I'm 50 fucking years old, I can reflect on this and think about what guy I never became, or I can totally just sack it up and fail and fail and fail until I succeed.
Does it bother you that so many people are happy to see you fail?
Absolutely not. Because at the end of the day, all the people that was rooting on me to fail, at the end of the day, they got to wake up tomorrow and have the same life that they had before they woke up today. They got the same personal problems that they had today. And I'm going to continue to live the way I want to live and continue to do the things that I want to do with me and my family and be happy with that. So, they can get a few days or a few months or whatever the case may be on being happy about not only myself, but the Miami Heat not accomplishing their goal, but, they got to get back to the real world at some point.
Everybody's afraid of failure. It's embarrassing as shit. There's a saying out there in the military. They say first time, every time. Well, I wasn't that guy. I failed everything I did the first time. I was known for coming back even harder after I failed. Success isn't a straight line. It's a maze. And when you think you figure that maze out, you hit a wall. And you gotta turn the fuck around and start again. Failure is the ultimate thing, man. I failed so many times before. That's why I don't look at failure anymore as failure. I look at it as my first, second, and third attempt. When I fail, I can't spend much time in that fail zone. I have to be able to get up and get after the next day just as fast. because my goals was, to be a Navy SEAL. I don't have time to stay here and feel bad for myself for weeks and months and years, because I'll lose that time. So the big thing is know that if you have big goals and big dreams, along the way, failure is going to happen. So how fast do you get up from that? And you got to teach yourself that.
I have failed far more times than I've succeeded. Far more. You will never succeed more than you fail. That's not how it works. You know why? Because failure is a wonderful teacher. It's the only way to learn. You have to fail. Failure is a part of the process to becoming successful.
You got to get through it. You got to get through bad feelings. You got to get through. Failure. It's very important, and you get through it by just picking yourself back up and moving forward and going. But it's hard for a lot of people because that sting, they never get over it. The feeling of failure.
Failure is a part of the process.
Some people believe that training to failure is when they want to stop. It's not when you want to stop.
That's why failure is so important. Like failing and fucking up and making mistakes, very important. That's how you learn. That's how the bad feeling that you get from something that you shouldn't have done or wish you didn't do or wish you did better. Like especially failing at something where you half-assed it and you just feel like a fucking loser. Like that just teaches you. It teaches you to get your shit together.
Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. The other 9 years was a failure. It's a wrong question. There's no failure in sports. There's good days, bad days. Some days you are able to be successful, some days you're not. Some days it's your turn, some days it's not your turn. And that's what sports is about. You don't always win. Some other people's gonna win. And this year somebody else gonna win. Simple as that. You're gonna come back next year, try to be better, try to build good habits, try to play better, not have a 10-day stretch with play bad basketball. And hopefully we can win a championship. So 50 years from 1971 to 2021 that we didn't win a championship, it was 50 years of failures? No, it was not. It was steps to it, and we were able to win one. Hopefully we can win another one.
I learned about life in the gym. Everything I know about life, I learned at the squat rack. I learned how to fail in the gym. I learned how to fail and fall on my face many, many times that you never read about. Okay? And I keep getting up.
I don't see failure. I see grit, determination, drive, sacrifice. Failure means you're trying. A whole bunch of people out here never fail because they never tried. He said, how do you handle failure, Goggins? I said, I don't look at it as failure. I look at it as my first, second, third attempt. One thing in life that's for sure. The valiant motherfucker always wins.
Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player in the world, he took 946 game-winning shots. 946 times since he was in high school, the ball has been in his hand to take the game-winning shot with no time on the clock. He has only made 146 of those. He has missed over 700 times, but he has made 146. You know what they write about? When you make it. They write about when you make it. So guess what? When you get through failing, all you got to do is make one.
I'm still working in this business after losing the 81 Olympia. I didn't win. I failed at winning the Olympia. I'll repeat myself. I failed at winning the 81 Olympia, but I'm still working 35 years later, still doing seminars, still doing stuff in the industry. So again, I think it's really an attitude and an energy that sort of I figured out or God gave to me, I don't know, or both, that has allowed me to live and prosper very, very well. I mean, there are many times where I looked at myself and said, do I really have what it takes? And the answer was like, I got to get up. I got to keep moving forward no matter what. I mean, and I do this with everything, but even in the eyes of failure, even like failure is looking at me, I'm like, I'm going this way. I challenge failure every time. I learned that on the squat rack. As I failed many times on the squat rack, you didn't read about it. Sometimes I succeeded. You read about that.
So I went through and I taught myself how to fail. If I want to be way up here, it's going to take a bunch of small micro failures along the way. But you have to understand that is part of the process. You got to fail to win. I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fucking fail, I'm gonna fucking fail, I'm gonna fucking fail, and I will succeed.
You think I'm a fucking loser, I can't do this, I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fuck up, you know?
Whatever gets you motivated, it's gotta be here at the tip of your brain at all times. Because in those dark moments, you gotta pull it out. All of you in this room want to be successful as hell. But the journey to success comes with a lot of what? Failure. So why the fuck don't you teach yourself, like I taught myself, is how to fail?
Yes, you're going to fail. Expect failure. It's like starting a business. Of course you're going to fail. That is part of the game.
So when you get judged, when everything is said and done with, you won't get judged on your medals. You get judged on your scars. Those scars show your willingness to get to the other side. They show your failures. They show your willingness to start from scratch. They show what you're willing to do to go the distance, to see what you're capable of. So make sure in life, don't be afraid to get scars. In life, it's a true statement. We have hard times, we hit turbulence, we fail, we fall on our ass, we have divorces, we have all kind of bullshit that happens. And we sit there and think about that one issue, and it's all we think about. We forget to focus on everything in life, our habits, our goals, our destination, and we end up failing.
Quitting guarantees the failure. Once you quit, it rules out any chance of succeeding. The mere waking up every day, putting the next foot in front of the next foot, at least keeps you in the game.
In the first several months was nothing but failure. So how am I gonna get up the next morning when I failed the day before?
You have to lose your fear of failure.
You gotta be willing to fail. Achieve failure.
I taught myself failure.
You have to fail.
Expect failure.
Don't be afraid to fail.
You have to achieve failure.
You have to learn how to fail. You're in for a fucking climb, bro. You're gonna get your ass handed to you, made fun of, the outside noise, the inside noise. Both voices are gonna be fucking telling you to go fuck yourself. You are in for hell, bro. I am. So I better learn to fail. Brain is the most powerful weapon in the world. Once you put away your phones and your computers and all that we have nowadays, yeah, that's great. We're up to date. But your brain is the only thing you have when you're going through depression, when you're going through hard times, when you're going through death. Real life, you can't Google that, man. You're alone. You're alone. You may have a shrink you're going to, you may have a best friend you're going to, but there's 24 hours in the day where you're alone in this brain. And your brain is talking to you in all kind of ways. And it wants to control you and pull you in these different pockets. If you can't control your own brain and your brain controls you, you got to tell your brain where you want to go and how you want to go and how you want to get there. You got to control it. If not, it's over. What existed for me was, okay, man, how am I going to fucking make this work? And all I knew back then was hard work. The only way anything gets accomplished, that's all I heard back in those days. You got to work hard. You got to work hard. I'm not getting I can't get this paragraph. I can't remember what the f***'s in this paragraph to pass this test to get in the military. Read it again. Still not getting it. Read it again. But if you're not getting it, write it out. And that's how I started learning. Okay, well, I gotta write out everything I do. And then write it out again. And write it out again. And guess what happened? I got it. I can't swim. I'm negative buoyant. Go back again. I can't swim. Go back again. Go back again. Go back again. I got it. I realized if I keep going back and going back and going back until the just becomes, your mind will say, okay, we're going to figure it out. Because he is not going to stop. It's not like I'm going to try one more time. No, it's just like alarm clock goes off, boop, we're going back. I can't read right, we're going back. I gave myself no way out, and my mind realized that. They said, okay, we're gonna adapt and overcome now. Like a lot of people say, trying hard. Your mind knows, man. It knows this guy's bullshitting me, man. This guy's lying. There's no truth behind it. When I was in Navy SEAL training, people go, how were you there for 18 months? The program was only 6 months long. You were in 3 hell weeks in 1 year. No one's ever done that. How did you do that? I talk about the new norm. When I lived in a $7 a month place when I was growing up for a short period of time, I loved it. I didn't know any different. That was my norm. Once we moved out of that place, we moved to a $236 a month place. I was like, I never want to go back to that little piece of shit. But if you go back to that $7 a month place and you realize this is where I live, this is all I got, your mind says, roger that, this is home. So when I was going through Navy SEAL training for 18 months and going back through all the hard parts over and over again, I told myself after the first time, I knew it was gonna be a long journey there. My body was breaking down. It was just how it was going on. I said, you know what, this is my new norm. So my mind said, it's like going to work. Like you go to work, you put your suit and tie on, I go into suffering every day. Every day, suffering, being broken, duct taping my feet up, stress fractures, shin splints, being broken. This is my new norm. And your mind says, if we're not broken, this ain't normal. We gotta be broken. So then your mind starts to get tougher and tougher and more callous. People go, how'd you run on broken feet? Broken shins. My mind knew this is how we operate. We're in Navy SEAL training. This is what we are. I became hell. And that became my new norm. I gave myself no way out. There was nothing outside these walls of hell. Nothing. I love God, but for a short period of time, I became the devil because that was hell. I became the boss, the owner, the CEO of Navy SEAL training. That was my mindset. And that's how you get through things. You immerse yourself in wherever it is, and you become that. You become that and give yourself no way out. When I was 297 pounds and I was fat as hell trying to be a Navy SEAL, the scariest thing in the world to me, even to this day, was that could have been the rest of my life. I thought then I was trying hard. That's the scariest thing in the world. I thought then, 297 pound, working for Ecolab, spraying for cockroaches, making $1,000 a month. I thought that was me at my 100% potential. Come to find out, a few years later, I wasn't anywhere near that. 106 pounds less, graduated Navy SEAL training, went on to do all these other things. Looking back on that was me trying hard. That's why people gotta understand, what is in us, we have no idea until we start trying hard. And I mean really trying hard, where you're obsessed with, hey, this is my new norm. My new norm is that, wow, this isn't always fun. It's not always meant to be fun. And that's when you know you're trying hard. People hear my story and think this guy is sadistic. I realized how the brain works. I figured out how the brain works. I'm a scared kid, and that's what gives me so much power. I had no foundation, and I built this off of just researching the mind. The feeling you get is basically invincibility. You realize that you can't do it all the time. When you need to do it, I know I can go to a place that I can live in. And when you know that you can run on broken legs and you can do certain things that a lot of people can do, but they're not willing to do, this power, this sympathetic nervous system of fight or flight, and you're fighting, it gives you this charge of energy of when you're sitting there at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning and you're duct taping your feet up because they're broken, and you're doing it by yourself, and you're going through arguably one of the hardest training in the world. And these guys, most of them are healthy, and you're going through it broken, and you're already at a disadvantage, but you're still there. You can feed into that and tap into that for a lot of power. But if you look at it, well, I'm broken, man. I'm not gonna make it. But if you look at it as, man, I'm broken and I'm still here. And I'm fighting and I'm gonna find a way to get through this because I have no other place to go. It gives you a lot of power. When things start to suck really, really bad, my brain and a lot of people's brain, they don't go to your dad beating you up. Your brain says, we gotta get the out of here. This is miserable. So anger goes away a lot of times when you're suffering because your brain just says, we gotta run, we gotta go. So that anger is not popping up saying, oh, I wanna show them, I wanna show those people. No, there has to be a much deeper, when I say deeper, it has to be down to mineral soil. It has to be down to that nice mineral soil where nothing can burn. You can't burn dirt. So it has to be down that low, that literally is something in you that's at the core of your soul. But you don't find it unless you spend a lot of time with what you want to be in life. I can't give that to you. Right. You can't give it to somebody. When you find your true passion in life, and my passion for me was like, oh, I want to be, I don't give a Navy SEALs, Army, I don't give a shit. I want to serve my country. I want to be someone that I'm proud of. I want to look at myself in the mirror because I was so disappointed. That accountability mirror I talk about, I was so disappointed in what I saw every day. I wanted everybody to love David Goggins. And a lot of people did. I didn't love myself. But I knew a lot of us want to find peace first. So people say, man, you always talk about this suffering and pain and shit. I'm at peace right now because I went through that. You don't find peace first. If you do, Merry Christmas. More power to you. More power to you. I found peace on the opposite end of finding myself. And no one really finds himself without going through trials, tribulations, suffering, accountability. And accountability is suffering. Being accountable every day for doing right for yourself and the people next to you, it's miserable. It's hard. So, even the smallest details.
To be successful at anything, the truth is you don't have to be special. You just have to be what most people aren't. Consistent, determined, and willing to work for it. No shortcuts, integrity, purpose, determination, and discipline that it takes to be a champion in life.
You're gonna lay in the bed you make. You're not gonna get away with nothing in terms of the energy. They might not catch you for what you're doing, but the energy is always gonna return to you. So when you just living in this cycle of being negative all day and just putting out negativity and that's the only energy you putting out, it's gonna return to you in a different form than you put it out in. So I would just say, master your energy. Do your best to master your energy and what you put out, and unless that's what you want, because you entitled to whatever you want to create, whatever experience you want to create for yourself. But if you're tired of that shit, adjust the energy. As best you can. Adjust what you wake up thinking and what you say. And then, lastly, what you do. So what you waiting on? What? Do you dream, Elliot? You scraping so hard like you ain't never asked yourself this before. I said, do you want to be here right now? And I don't mean like here. I mean here in the cosmic sense, bro. Like, existence could be beautiful or it could be ugly. But that's on you.
How do I know which one's for me?
Dream. You gotta find out the future you're fighting for. Sometimes you gotta close your eyes and really envision that shit, bro. If you like it, then it's beautiful. If you don't, then you might as well fade the f*** out right now.
Do you know what happens after your funeral? In a few short hours, the crying will die down, and your family will be busy making arrangements for food or drink. Some of your relatives will start discussing current events over coffee, And some people will call your family to tell them that they can't make it in person because of an emergency. Your employer will begin to search for your replacement. In a few days, your children will go back to work because their bereavement leave has run out. In a month, your spouse will be watching a comedy on TV and start to laugh. You'll be forgotten at an astonishing pace. If people will forget you so easily, then who are you living your life for? You spent your whole life worrying about what people will think about you, and the sad truth is, they don't. So live your life for you. Remember, life is too short to be lived for others' approval. Embrace your true self and make your own happiness a priority. If you watch this far,
the only way you can succeed in life as a man is if you take absolute responsibility for everything all of the time. You have to sit there and say, every single thing that happens in my life is my fault. Even if it feels like it's not. Even if she cheats on you, every man goes, she's a hoe, she cheated, her friends made her do it, she went out, she drunk, da-da-da. Well, why is she hanging out with those friends? Why didn't you stop it? Because you told her not to hang out with them, she didn't respect you enough. So why doesn't she respect you enough? Your fault. Your fault. Why are you falling in love with a girl who doesn't obey you? Because you have no other options. Whose fault's that? Yours.
You know, Marcel Proust?
He's the guy you teach.
Yeah. French writer. Total loser. Never had a real job. Spent 20 years writing a book almost no one reads. But he's also probably the greatest writer since Shakespeare. Anyway, he gets down to the end of his life. And he looks back and decides that all those years he suffered, those were the best years of his life. Because they made him who he was. All the years he was happy, total waste. Didn't learn a thing. So, if you sleep until you're 18, think of the suffering you're gonna miss. I mean, high school, those are your prime suffering years. They don't get better suffering than that.
There's basically 3 things that you should stop doing immediately if you want to be happier. Number 1, you have to stop regretting the past. There's nothing you can do about it. Don't forget the past. You can learn from it and get better from it so you don't make the same mistakes, but you got to stop regretting the past. Number 2 is stop worrying about the future. Psychologists have found that 85% of what you worry about on a daily basis will never happen. That's a waste of your energy. That's a waste of your time. And then number 3, stop looking for your happiness in other people. Other people cannot make you happy. It is absolutely impossible. Happiness is 100% an inside job.
The night is darkest just before the dawn.
No, you have to hit rock bottom. That's the way up.
So you're at rock bottom. Good.
There's only one way. One direction. If you're at the bottom, there's only one way. But you gotta look up.
You know something? There is nothing better than a redemption story.
Rock bottom. Bottom isn't when you experience the worst moment of your life.
Definitely.
Bottom is when you change.
If there's no struggle, then it's nothing. There's no journey.
Even if you're at rock bottom, the only place you can go is up.
If you don't want to wake up, then
what have you got to lose?
Exactly. The struggle of coming back is beautiful.
I promise you, the dawn is coming.
There is a mountain whose peak is so tall it is hidden behind the clouds. I want you to look up at it.
Make a commitment to stop the thing that is destroying you and start the thing that's going to build you.
Because you're not everything you could be, and you know it.
Understand that this mountain is no foreign entity. It is you. You are the mountain. And today, you stop cowering from your own potential.
We don't spend enough time thinking about the big questions. We kind of give up on them when we're very, very young. A little child might ask the big questions like, why are we here? What's the meaning of life? What is this all about? Is there Santa Claus? Is there God? But then as adults, we're taught not to think about these things, or we've given up on them. But I think the big questions are the big questions for good reasons. And if you can keep the idea in front of you at all times that you're going to die and that everything goes literally to zero, what's there to stress about?
Yeah, for better or worse, life is very short. How should people deal with its briefness?
Enjoy it. Make the best of it. It's even briefer than that. Each moment just disappears. It's gone. There's only a present moment, and it's gone instantly. So if you're not there for it, if you're stressed out or you're anxious or you're thinking about something else, you missed it. Any moment when you're not in that moment, you are dead to that moment.
And you're gonna have to go through hell.
worse than any nightmare that you ever dreamed.
But I would say, bring it on.
Then I often say to people, you're going to have pain one way or the other. Which pain would you like?
The most important question to ask is, what pain do you want in your life? What are you willing to struggle for?
To me, a fight is not a fight until there's resistance, until there's something to overcome.
If you gaze into the abyss long enough, you see the light, not the darkness.
But in the end, I know you'll be the one standing.
And every day you wake up, it sucks. And when it's over, you feel better. It sucks, you feel better.
Heroes and villains always have the same backstory: pain. The difference is what they choose to do about it. Villain says, the world hurt me, I'll hurt it back. The hero says, the world hurt me, I'm not going to let it hurt anybody else. Heroes use pain. Villains are used by it.
Can you read the quote once more?
Is that when it feels scary to jump, Ian, that is exactly when you jump.
Opportunity comes, you can either take it or remain scared of it.
You know how to do it. You know exactly how to be you or how to be me. You don't want to do it.
I would rather be a failure than a coward.
So no matter how you feel, get up and do what you're supposed to do.
Do or do not. There is no try.
All of y'all got this wonderful gift, but you gotta use it.
The hero is the person who confronts horrible, chaotic potential and tames it and makes something of it.
Best way to contend with problems, with issues, with adversity is action.
You gotta take everything and throw it away. You have to believe in one thing, and that is yourself.
It's only one person it hurts when you say you're going to do something and you don't come through, and that's your willpower.
Take your seed, take your gift. Get away from these people that's in your life that ain't doing nothing.
The worst prison in the world is having the talent and intelligence to achieve something great, but lacking the courage to go out and do it.
Otherwise, you end up staying in the same place your whole life. And that I can't do.
Overcome the suffering means it's gonna be there. You're gonna lose your mother. You're gonna lose your father. You're gonna lose animals and humans that you love. It's going to happen. You're gonna lose money, and at the same time, people are also gonna hurt you even though you don't even know what you did wrong. Things like this are going to happen in this lifetime. To wait for better times to come where the world will be completely in peace and you can walk peacefully over the street, never having the fear that somebody's gonna come and do something to you. It's not gonna happen. Because the world is just the way as it is. It's just you need to get rid of those fantasies that better times are going to come. If we don't create the better times, nothing's gonna happen.